Hey guys, so Sean Way had an interview with Jaguar, right? And he was letting her know that Gerald wants a divorce. He says he wants a divorce. And Jaguar said, oh, let him go ahead and get a divorce. I don't want anybody who don't want me. So let's listen to snippets of this interview, and I will be doing my commentary intermittently.
I'm a different kind of chick. See, I happen to know that there's too much dick in this world to just be worried about one if it don't want you.
But I think this is where Jaguar does not get it. She does not understand. It's not that her husband doesn't love her or want her. It's that he does not like the behavior. He does not want to be with someone who is constantly demeaning his character, defaming him, but more importantly, defaming his entire family. From the rooter to the tutor, from the mama, the daddy, the sister, the cousins, the everybody Jaguar have in her radar when it comes to Goomba's family. She don't like the family. And instead of her, most daughter-in-laws and mother-in-laws don't get along, but you don't go after the entire family. She's cussing the entire family out. And you wonder why this woman does not like her. So Jaguar quoted the Bible to Sean Way that when a man and a woman gets married, that man is supposed to leave his family and yoke with a wife. Well, you know what? The Bible may say that, but it don't say nothing that you're supposed to ridicule that man day in and day out, call him all kinds of names, belittle him, and expect him to stay with you. So it's really funny how people use the Bible. They just pull out snippets that suits their purpose and the other stuff they leave behind. Go back and read that Bible and see what it says about a union between a man and a wife. How that wife is supposed to honor her husband and vice versa. And you say nothing about you cussing this man out day in and day out and expect him to just bow at your feet. I don't think any man out there would want his wife going to a restaurant and was willing to suck a D or open up her legs in exchange for food. That is prostitution. No man wants a wife who is willing to prostitute herself for a plate of food. I mean, that is like the ultimate disrespect, not only for the man, but for the woman. So she says Gerald have been robbing her blind for the last 5 days. And she don't have a lot of money. She pulled out a couple of dollars and she showed Sean Way that that's all she have. Well, guess what? It looks like at least $4 to me. You want to tell me for the last 5 days you only spent $1? That's all you spent? $1? Because for the last 5 days she been saying that all she had was $5. And what I saw was more than, she didn't spend no type of money. So where have she been eating? How have she been eating? You want to tell me she haven't been spending no type of money and she just been starving for the last 5 days? But we saw where she went into the Jamaican restaurant and begged for food and was willing to prostitute herself to get it. And she had $5. So she says $5 then. It's the same $5 she's showing. If she had no type of access to money, how come she pulled out what appears to be at least $4? It could have been more. I'm saying at least $4 because she pulled out 4 bills. So if it's $4 and she only spent $1 out of that $5, where have she been getting the other money from? Because surely we know she ate in 5 days. She ate more than that Jamaican plate of food, okay? So again, she went back to bashing his mother. Now, these people, in case some of you don't know, the father is a minister and the mother is a minister's wife. And we know in the Black community, when you are a preacher's wife, honey, you garner respect. You expect people to respect you. You carry yourself a certain way because your husband is a minister, a man of the cloth. And to think that you got a daughter-in-law who talks so vile about you and so nasty and and just disgraces herself and try to pull your son down in the mud right along with her. It's just disgraceful on every level.
And I know it's his mama.
Why do you think that?
Charlotte, because Charlotte don't fucking like me.
Well, no, you wonder why?
No, I don't wonder why. I know exactly why. Because the bitch been jealous of me from the second that she seen I was fucking the shit out of her son.
No.
This is the vileness that comes out of Jaguar's mouth. And then she wonders why the family and the mother don't like her. Is because of this type of guttural spewing of vile words. And then she says, Goomba got to choose between her and his family. Where does it say so in the Bible? All right? Isn't it supposed to be a union between a man and a woman, husband and wife? And the extended family, you don't try to bash and not get along with. You try to mesh that family within your own immediate family. You try to have camaraderie with everybody in the family. You try for your family to be cohesive and whole, but you don't try to bash everyone and tear them apart. Just because you're married to the son must not have a relationship with the father and the mother. That's foolishness. And it's ludicrous. And it's crazy. So Sean Davy Way said he can be both. She said no. He's got to choose. He can't be their boy and my man. He's got to be my man only. I mean, that is some type of jealousy. Can you imagine being jealous of your own in-laws, of the relationship they have with your husband? Well, let me tell you something. That man's family was there before you. The mama gave birth to him. The dad implanted the seed. And after you're long gone, they still gonna be there. So when it comes to a husband choosing his mother or father over a wife, he's gonna do that every time. Well, most men will anyway, because they were there before you. And when you're gone, they're gonna be there after you. Now, this is what she said about a man marrying a woman in the interview.
That when a man marries his wife, he is to leave his mother and father and family and cleave to his wife.
So Sean Davy Way said to her, it does not say that. And of course, she's going to argue with him because she says she read the Bible 100 times over. So let me see if I get this right. When you get married, you are supposed to just put aside your other family members and only have your wife in your life. And you're supposed to be cussing out everybody else in your family for them to get the hell away from you and your wife. Where does it say that? So the part of the Bible that says a man should cleave to his wife is Genesis 2:24. And it says, and I quote, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. It seems to me that Jaguar and Goomba have fundamental differences when it comes to their role and their place as husband and wife as it relates to God. Goomba believes he should be the head of the family. Jaguar believes she should be the head because she's making the most money. This is what I'm gathering. Also, Goomba believes that he should honor his parents. Jaguar believes he should leave his parents completely and not even have a relationship with them because she's supposed to be his all after they got married. I think they said they got married after meeting each other 3 weeks. They only knew each other 3 weeks before they got married. And maybe that is the main crux of the problem. They did not know each other at all. And after they got married, that's when they were learning about each other and some of the things I would imagine they did not like. So Jaguar only read the part of the Bible that concerns her relationship with her husband. But there are other parts of the Bible that directly talks about the father, mother, husband, wife, and their relationship. Deuteronomy 5:16 says, honor your father and your mother. as the Lord your God commanded you. What about the part of the Bible that says wives should submit to their husbands? Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 to 25 says, wives, submit to your own husbands, as you would do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. And then the same verse says, the husband should love his wife as Christ loved the church and give himself upon to her. So it's a give and take. It's not just a one-way street. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 3 says, every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and you shall keep my Sabbath. I'm the Lord God. It says everyone, not some, everyone. So Jaguar don't have respect for her husband's family, his mother and his father. If you don't have respect for your own parents, you're going to have respect for other people's parents. That's the bottom line. I'm telling you guys, whatever demon Jaguar got riding on her back, she needs to go and excise that. That's a demonic spirit that's riding that woman. I swear to God. I've never seen anything like it. You go from point 0 to 100 in a minute. You declare that you're going into the police department and you're going to file a report. But when you get in there, that demonic spirit took over. That you had to be arrested. That's how bad it got. That's a demonic spirit that you got right in you. I'm saying a demonic spirit because somebody just inboxed me and they said, oh, she's not crazy. Well, if she's not crazy, then she got a demonic spirit because something is on her that she needs to get off of her. So then Jaguar tells Sean Davy Bay all she got in her family now is her mom and her son. Well, whose fault is that? If you're going to cuss everybody out in your family, nobody's going to want to be around you. So don't complain that's all you got now, your son and your mom. The other people probably don't want nothing to do with you because you cuss them out all the time. So whose fault is that? So then she puts that blame on him also because, she blames him for everything. She gave up everybody in her family for him. Well, how can that be? That is, to me, that's so unfair. And then she says, well, I gave up everybody in my family for him. How come he can't give up everybody in his family for me? It doesn't work like that, Miss Jaguar. You're not supposed to give up people in your family. You're supposed to have a cohesion between your family members. You don't drop one for the next and say, I don't like you, I hate your mother, I'm not talking to those people, just you. No, that's not how it works. It's a family. It's a cohesive unit. Everyone is supposed to get along. You're supposed to mesh and gel. You and your husband are supposed to be yoked. Yes, but that does not mean you drop everybody else in the family because now you're married. He's married now, so now I can't be nobody's friend but my husband. That's not how this thing goes. So Jaguar says she loves her husband dearly. And I said, girl, you got a funny way of showing it. If you love somebody, you don't talk to them that way. It's common decency and respect, especially if the person is your husband. So next she says she does not blame him. She blames the mother, Charlotte. And I'm telling you, Jaguar is like a daughter-in-law from hell. I wouldn't want to have a daughter-in-law like that. I would distance myself. I would say, nope, I don't have no daughter-in-law. Not me. I'm not owning that. But here's what she had to say about her mother-in-law.
I don't blame him at all. This is all his mother. And Charlotte, fuck you, bitch. Go buy some tea. You want to fucking go back and forth with me? Get some tea first, bitch.
Guys, you got to ask yourself, is this the kind of daughter-in-law you want? If you can't get along with your mother-in-law, you distance yourself. But you don't get on the internet and call them all kind of bitches and whores. It's entertaining for people. And you're going to put money in your account through YouTube because your clicks and your views are going to go up. But it's destroying your family. So Jaguar then said to Sean Davy Bay, I'm about to sue the city of DeSoto. And this might not be a good time for Gerald to leave me because I'm going to be in the money. Guess what? Not all money is good money. It doesn't matter if you have $1 billion. If you're going to treat your husband that way and disrespect him every single drop of the hat, then no, the money's not worth it. And he's right where he should be, away from Jaguar. So Jaguar then says she pays all his bills. And it's not demeaning, it's simply the truth. And I I have to say to myself, that means he has no money coming in. If she's paying all the bills, all his bills, he has no money coming in. And we know that's not true. By his own admission, he gets a check from the government. So obviously that's not a true statement. She does not pay all his bills. You know, it's funny how people think because they may help you in acquiring certain things that you owe them for the rest of your life, that you can't do without them, that you can't move on. Well, guess what? Life is not like that. Sometimes you have to leave people alone when you see them constantly dragging you down in the mud and in the ground. Jaguar said the $1,200 that he's getting is because she helped him to acquire that. Well, what does that mean? He's supposed to stay and put up with the abuse because you help him to get a government check that he's now getting to help pay his bills?
No, I know your fake daddy wishes he was married to me because he was always looking at my titties and my ass.
So there again, she is spewing disparaging remarks about this man's father, that this man's father was looking at her titties and her ass and wish he was married to her. Now, what kind of daughter-in-law is this? Is this the kind of daughter-in-law anybody wants in their family? At what point does it stop being entertaining? I mean, it is so ridiculous with the nonsense that comes out of people's mouth over the internet that we as a culture and a society have embraced all this nonsense over the internet, that nobody's calling anybody out anymore. You sit back, you get your popcorn, it's entertainment. At what point does anyone says, Jaguar, what you're doing is wrong? Nobody. It's all entertainment. Hee hee ha ha. All giggles, shits and giggles. And nobody's calling her out for the BS. She thinks about all these vile and horrible things on the fly. I mean, there's no shortage of stories that comes out of Miss Jaguar Wright's mouth. No shortage. So whatever demon she's got riding her, she need to maybe go to an exorcism or something and get that off of her, or get some African spirituals or something going. Go down there to Louisiana and get some of them with witch doctors or something. She needs something. Because let me tell you, somebody says, when the person inboxed me tonight and said she's not crazy, I said, okay, if she's not crazy, she got to have demons then. Lawlessness have become a way of life for internet folks. It's embraced, it's encouraged, and it's entertainment.
Maybe that's why Charlotte don't like me, because her husband want to fuck me.
At some point, any man who is married to a woman like this, talking this badly about their own mother, they've got to man up and say, you know what, enough is enough. You're not going to be disrespecting my mom like that, the woman who brought me into this world. I'm surprised he stayed that long, to be quite honest. Unfortunately, a lot of times when daughter-in-laws comes into the mix and they see the closeness between their husband and the mother, they become jealous of their mother-in-law because they don't like the closeness. They feel as though they should replace that mother-in-law. And I think maybe that's part of what's going on here. Maybe Gerald is too close to his mother, and Jaguar probably feels as though he should put down his mother and pick her up. You know, that those days are gone. When you say mama, those days are gone. You're no longer a boy, you're a man. Guess what? He'll always be a boy in the eye of his mother. Okay? And that's what people, women like Jaguar has got to come to grips. That some men are very close to their mothers. And I respect any man who's close to his mother. And any man who's God-fearing. So Jaguar went on and on with that interview. I think it was not even 8 hours after she was released from prison. So it's just back to the same old. Just back to the same old, folks. All the bashing of people instead of her concentrating on her music, because she's got a beautiful voice and it's very soulful. And I'm sure the new generation would love for her to be performing more. But oh no, not Miss Jaguar. Her preoccupation is bashing people all across the music industry and in Hollywood. So then Sean Davy Bay asked her about the $7,000 if Gerald stole that money, because she said that he stole it.
So about the $7,000, did he steal $7,000 from you?
Yep, he was trying to take all the money from me, so I would have no choice but to come back to him. But considering he had threatened to kill me if I came home, I said, fuck it, I'll just be broke. Take the money.
So she said he stole the $7,000. And yet, Angela said she gave her less than 1,000. So if she gave her less than 1,000, that leaves 6,000, right? And now she's saying the 6,000 Gerald stole.
Was that $7,000?
What he's doing right now is grand larceny, and that $7,000 ain't shit to do with cash off.
Okay.
That's all from the channel.
Okay.
It's all from the channel.
So the $7,000 is from Philadelphia? Okay.
So now she's saying the $7,000 is all from the channel, Philadelphia. But guys, remember, she had announced that she had the cash apps were coming in, and it was 6,000. And the next day she announced the cash apps were up to 7,000. Those were the funds that people were donating to Angela. But now she's saying, no, that wasn't from the cash app. That was from Philadelphia. So guys, drop your comments. Do you think she stole that money from Angela? And she's using Goomba as a patsy to say that he got the money when she is the one who really got that money? Drop it in the comment section.
Okay, because people are saying you made $6,000 in cash apps.
Nope, I got less than 1,000. I spent twice that on Legina.
Oh boy, I'm telling you, the stories just keep coming. So she's saying now that she got less than $1,000 in the cash app as donations for Angela, and she spent twice that amount. So if she got about 1,000 in the cash app for her, the donations that came in, she spent twice. That's 2,000. So I guess she don't owe her anything. That's pretty much what she's saying. She don't owe her a dime. Now I'm trying to figure out how did she spend twice that much. Look, this girl have been with her for less than a week, if maybe a week. I'm pushing it to a week, right? She just got there. Did she get her hair done, her nails done, pedicure, manicure? Maybe she bought all this food and all this food is in the pantry. Maybe she shopped clothes. She went into one of them major department stores and, all kinds of luxury clothes. Did she do any of that? Where did this $2,000 that she spent on Angela, well, close to $2,000, what did she spend it on? Because I've only seen this child twice in a restaurant. I haven't seen her go shopping for any clothes. I haven't seen her doing her nails in a beauty salon. I haven't seen her in a nail salon. I've seen them eating out a lot. Is that where the money went? And if so, if that's the case, then it wasn't her alone who ate out the money. Everybody was eating off of that money then. Jaguar, Goomba, and Angela. But the point is, as soon as Jaguar got that money, all that money should have went to Angela, because that's what it was intended for. A donation for Angela. It wasn't meant for them to eat off of it. I would love to see her pull up the receipts on what she spent this money on. She said it was close to 2,000 because she said she received under 1,000 and she spent double that amount. And she doubled that to 1,800. I'd love to see the receipts of the $1,800, where the money went. I'll wait. So when she announced she received this 6,000 and then she received 7,000 and oh, everybody's jealous of her Cash App. She wasn't doing the math. How can you mistake? How can anyone make that mistake? You see $900 in your Cash App or 800 and you calling it 7,000, that doesn't add up at all. If it doesn't add up, it ain't true. Something ain't clean in the buttermilk. 900 or 800, under 1,000, she said she received. How come the big discrepancy all of a sudden that she don't have this money to give to Angela?
I think if my husband gets the help that he needs and cuts the umbilical cord, we could be a very formidable team. Because that bitch was fucking plotting on my marriage from the day we got married. He can let his mammy suck his dick like she used.
I guess there's no reconciliation between Goomba's mom and Jaguar. And now Goomba wants a divorce because you know what? Sometimes people just say enough is enough. It gets tiring when you're just cussing out this man's mother constantly and the father and everybody else in the family, and you use him as a target practice every single day. We see it on the internet. I'm not guessing, I'm not making it up. That's what we see on the internet. Maybe Jaguar is calling it foreplay. I don't know what she calls it, but what I see is target practice.
And I can't wait till the closest face shuts y'all phony ass church down. And I hope someday baby daddy ain't beating her because that baby belongs to that minister in Lafayette. Daughter's a fat whore. She's Rasputia with kids. Your daughter is Rasputia with kids.
So then Sean Davy Ray asks her about Angela. That people, the word on the street is that she is trying to push her out, trying to get her to leave. Maybe that's why she's doing a couple of things like trying to get herself arrested, and she did get herself arrested, and maybe she figured Angela would leave. But when Sean addressed that question, she said, oh no, Angela can stay as long as she wants. She's been a blessing. I love her.
Oh no, the last thing I want is for Regina to leave. I love her.
So there you go, folks. Out of the horse's mouth. Angela can stay as long as she wants. She can leave whenever she wants.
I love her. She's been a blessing to my soul. She's been a blessing to our household. She's been a blessing to our friends. And she can stay as long as she likes. And she can leave whenever she's ready.
But now she's claiming that she only took in under $1,000 because Angela said she got under 1,000. So I guess that's justification for giving her under 1,000 because she's claiming she took in under 1,000. I'm telling you, folks, you can't make this stuff up. I could not on my best day could I write this, okay, as a screen script. But by her own admission, when the money was rolling in, she said she received 6,000, and the next day she said she got 7,000. So that's a word to the wise, folks. If you have Cash Apps coming in, don't put it in anybody's name. Put it in your own account. If you don't have a Cash App account, set one up. So guys, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Goomba is going to go back to Jaguar? Do you guys think that she only gave Angela under 1,000 because she received under 1,000 in the Cash App?
She said you gave her less than 1,000.
That's all we got. I gave her whatever we got. And then after that ran through, I supported her.
Okay, so Jaguar said after the money was ran through, she supported her. So let's examine what the money was spent on. So far, the only thing I saw was them eating out. So how did she supported her? By sleeping in the car? Sleeping out of hotels? Did she buy new clothes? I don't understand how she supported her. Folks, I'm telling you, people will steal from you in front of your face with your eye open in broad daylight. That's how bold and bad they are, okay? And on top of it, these are the same type of people who will turn around and ask you to loan them money. They're going to steal your money, and then whatever they did give you, like she said she gave her under 1,000 because that's all that came in. She's going to turn around. This is all alleged, but I won't be surprised if she turns around and asks her to borrow the money that she gave her. The little measly 800 or 900, when that girl should have been getting at least 6,000-7,000. But we know that's not true because she did announce that the money was rolling in. People were jealous of her Cash App. She got $6,000 in that Cash App and keep it rolling. And the next day she announced she got 7,000. So we know for damn sure she received more than under 1,000. She also said she's going to file a lawsuit against Lesotho Police Department. Do you all think she's going to win that lawsuit? If and when she does file. So now she's saying Gerald have the codes to everything. And he has changed the codes to everything. So that means Philadelphia cannot be up and running right now. So all the folks who paid money into the site to see whatever it is she's going to be producing, they can't see nothing. Okay, they're not seeing no shows, they're not seeing no interviews, they're not seeing squat, and they've already paid money to see those things. Are those people going to be refunded? I think not. So where's all that money, Jaguar? How come you're broke and all these people paid to what do they have to pay, $9.99 or something like that?
So Philadelphia is suffering because he's being a dick. And it's his mother's idea, and I know it is. Charlotte, why don't you take my money and go buy some teeth, bitch?
No, he's not being a dick. He has caught some sense, and he needs peace of mind to get away from all the ridicule and all the bashing and belittlement and dragging his name in the mud along with his entire family. He's gotten some balls, some kahunas to get the hell away from that situation.
I don't know why your husband gets blowjobs from strangers in that on-call car. With all the teeth you got missing, you should give a mean blowjob, Charlotte.
So Sean then asked her if she missed Goomba. She said, of course I miss him. We've been together almost every day. In 4 years, we've only been away maybe 10 days. And I said, maybe that's the problem. You're seeing each other too much. You need a break. At least 8 hours a day. Goomba needs to get away from you. So then Jaguar said that the police department took her phone. The cops took her phone. They said it's evidence. They might have an ongoing case against her for some other thing, and they need the phone records, so they took the phone. I understand about 3 other people are suing her, and they need the phone records to have proof that the things that she has said, all the threats against internet people. And there's one woman who has been spearheading Angela going back home and the cops getting involved. She said that she has proof of all the threats. We all got the proof because the video was on the internet and we seen where she was making all these threats. So Jaguar said that she did not press send. So it's not in the phone anymore. All the things that she has been doing with the knives and the guns and displaying all of that. But guess what, honey? You don't have to hit that send. We seen it, okay? I don't know what you hit, but you must have hit send in your sleep because it was all over the internet and everybody screenshot it.
But see, he was smoking that weed with fentanyl down Bobby's shop over there in Legends, where I got beat up at.
So since the day of her throwing the ashes on these people in front of the barber shop, she has been trying to get the barber owner in trouble. So she mentioned again that he sells weed mixed with fentanyl in his shop. That's trying to get the person in trouble. I'm telling you guys, Jaguar is on a slippery slope. Now, this woman said she can't go into Dallas, no place in Dallas, because they are hunting for her. She got to go on the outskirts of Dallas anytime she goes into that state because people are actively looking for her. And maybe she's on the run, not from the folks in Hollywood, from the folks in Texas. Because if you're going to get out there and you saying that people are selling drugs out of their shop, their place of business, you want to shut that business down. That's what it seems like. People are going to be after you.
Bobby been putting fentanyl in the weed, and he was smoking a lot of that weed. He was smoking a lot of that weed, and I think that's what's wrong with him.
So now she's accusing Gerald, her husband, of smoking all this fentanyl in the weed. Well, fentanyl is a very deadly drug. A lot of people are overdosing every day on it.
Yeah, and look at me. I went fucking nuts.
So that's what happened at the barbershop?
I was smoking, me and him was smoking on that fentanyl weed when I went crazy at that barbershop.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby, for ruining our lives.
How did that man ruin her life? He didn't tell her to buy the weed and smoke the weed with the fentanyl in it. That's her choice. And that's her husband's choice, if it's true. Did you guys notice Jaguar blames every woe in her life, every problem in her life on somebody else? Did you guys notice that? Fentanyl is very highly addictive. And now that we know that Jaguar, by her own admission, smokes weed with fentanyl in it, because of that high addiction, we can now understand why she's always homeless and sleeping out of her car, because maybe her money is going into drugs. If you cannot maintain an apartment, you say people are after you, that's why you're hop, skipping, and jumping from place to place all over the country. You're driving all over the country and you're sleeping out of your car and you're in and out of hotels. And you're saying people are after you. And now you admit to smoking marijuana laced with fentanyl, which is highly addictive. Then 2 and 2 equals 4. Now we understand why Jaguar is always homeless, sleeping out of her car, because maybe the bulk of her money is going towards drugs. Allegedly.
When you put fentanyl in weed, it makes you go crazy. It's like K2.
Is that what happened when she went crazy in the police department or at the airport? Just a question. Maybe she's telling on herself. But the one thing I have to commend Sean Davy Way for is him taking accountability and not passing the blame. That I have to respect.
Doing content, like I normally do. We did a couple survivings on her, and my audience wanted me to have a conversation. So that's all I wanted to do is follow up with my content. And throughout that, I found out a lot, that I didn't know. With bringing Legina on the show, there's certain things that I didn't know until we got here. I would have never brought Legina up here if I would have known a lot of the stuff that I found out during the show. So I want to say that I apologize to her for that. And I want to apologize to my audience because I did a lot of things prematurely. With the donations, again, Legina's information was being protected. So that was the only reason that I put up Jaguar's Cash App. Otherwise, I would have put up Legina's. That simple. To anybody that may feel like scammed or anything like that, Legina's fine. She has everything she needs. So Jaguar did do that. She did what she was supposed to do. So I want to shout out to Jaguar for that because I do appreciate that. You didn't just do it dirty. You didn't. I suffer from anxiety. So with me suffering from anxiety, I care about people on a different level. I get it. I've been mean to people. I'm going to continue to. It's just part me, then a lot of the things that's going on with Legina would not be going on. She was never supposed to be content. It wasn't supposed to be like that. She was never supposed to be content. It wasn't supposed to be like that. We were supposed to get her help. I can speak for myself to say that I spoke to her in the background and wanted to slowly but surely ease her into getting therapy and other things. But where she was, it was never in the plan for her to go to anyone. She was supposed to leave. That wasn't what that was. It wasn't supposed to be that. It changed because of other people involved. And again, I'm not mad at Jaguar. And the reason I'm not mad at Jaguar is because Legina looks up to her. Legina always wanted to be around her. She felt like Jaguar understood her. So I knew that she wanted to talk to Jaguar. I knew she wanted to be connected to Jaguar. I knew that. Legina and Jaguar getting together and deciding that Legina should go be where Jaguar is, I had no say. I would have not encouraged it. And I'm not saying that again as shade towards Jaguar. I just feel that Jag has a lot going on. I take accountability because if not for me, then a lot of the things that's going on with Legina would not be going on. She was never supposed to be content.
Like I said before, folks, I can appreciate Sean Davy Way for stepping up and saying, you know what, this went way left. This wasn't supposed to happen. We were supposed to get her help while she was at her home in Detroit. But Jaguar invited her to come stay with her. Sean Davy Way said he had no part of that. So he has washed his hand. And I'm saying to myself, at what point does Jaguar washes her hand and send this child back home? Or is she going to continue to use her for content? YouTubers, the clip from the... So there you have it, folks. Sean Davy Way was very emotional and very apologetic when he found out that Legina Gold was being used for content. YouTubers, I'm over now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Hit that subscribe button before leaving. Thank you for watching.